Hello, everyone. My name is Janda Barazi, and today I will be presenting my capstone project called Beit Nazik, a center for abused women in Damascus, Syria. So before I start talking about my project, it is important to speak of a general background of the status of violence against women in the Arab world, and specifically in Syria. While there is no consensus about what constitutes violence against women in general, no matter how you define it, it is still present strongly in the country. It's actually entrenched in the legal system. So if we were to look at the personal status law or the penal code of the country, we would realize that they are both extremely contradictory to women's rights. Moreover, they've always been subjects of criticism. For example, not only does the Syrian law not recognize marital rape, but it also legalizes it. And in cases of arbitrary divorce, women are often left without compensation and without shelter or a home. So here comes my project called Beit Nazik. Translated to Arabic, it means home of Nazik. Nazik is Nazik al-Abid, a Syrian feminist who not only paved the way for generations of Syrian women, but also made a difference for women in the region as a whole. So what is Beit Nazik? Beit Nazik is a center located in Damascus, Syria. It aims to host victims of violence against women by offering them free services of shelter, consulting, and legal counseling. Beit Nazik also aims to host approximately 20 victims for a preliminary and extendable duration of 6 months each cohort. So basically, it aims to host 2 cohorts per year. It also aims to develop a network with concerned NGOs in Syria and the Ministry of Social Affairs and Labor in order to find more permanent shelters for women participants when they graduate from the center. Of course, the center recognizes that not all victims are necessarily without a job, but it also recognizes that violence against women is sometimes most prevalent in poor regions where women are economically vulnerable. Beit Nazik also holds workshops to equip the participants with the needed skills to enter the job market, as mentioned. It also encourages a volunteering environment by operating a volunteer-run 24/7 hotline to assist abused women and refer them to available sources. So now that I've spoken about an overview of what the project is, this is the budget for the project. The numbers here are estimated according to the dollar rate to the official Syrian pound in the country. So each dollar is approximately equivalent to 1,250 Syrian pounds. And also we need to keep in mind that Syria is a low-income country. So these numbers rely on this fact. So the overall budget for per a year is estimated at 29,550, so approximately $30,000. So because Syria has been impacted and the economy has been impacted severely by the Syrian war, which has been going on since 2011, the economy is in a very bad state right now, and funding is actually restricted because of the many sanctions on the Syrian government. So acquiring funds may be difficult. But there are, of course, international organizations and non-governmental entities that seek to provide funding for initiatives like Beit Nazik, such as the United Nations Trust Fund to End Violence Against Women, the Global Fund for Women, and sometimes because Beit Nazik relies heavily on governmental support, as Syria is a very restrictive environment, government grants may also be available. Speaking of restrictive environments, here comes the part about risks and limitations. When I say restrictive environment, I do not only refer to the political aspect, I also refer to the social aspect. Violence against women is a highly sensitive topic. People in Syria perceive it as strictly a family matter that the government and other entities shall not interfere with. And so speaking about it may be triggering to a lot of people in society, and this is why the governmental support is very crucial as to allow for it to be spoken about. And I've already spoken about the funding restrictions. And I also needed to note that there are other risks also associated with not getting the governmental approval. And in order to alleviate such a risk, making sure that all the legal documents and everything is cleared from the beginning is very crucial for the success of the project. So this was an overview of my project, Beit Nazik. Thank you.